Welcome back to Washington, D.C., everybody. Our day one of Major League Pickleball action event number 2 here on the 2024 campaign rolls on. And the Florida Smash take the stage next against the California Black Bears. We have not seen the Black Bears in action yet this season, and I am so thrilled to be alongside my partner in crime all day, Dave Fleming, former and current top senior pro and current general manager of the Carolina Pickleball Club, the newly named and newly relocated team that came from Seattle. And let's chat about the upcoming matchup. Now the Florida Smash, they were in action in Atlanta. They went 1-1 in their campaign there, collected a total of 4 standing points. And the California Black Bears, as I mentioned, 8th in the standings, and that's because they haven't played a match yet.
Not fair. That's not fair. The big news is injuries in this match. So I'll cover the one, and there he is right there, Yates Johnson, who a lot of people stunned that he didn't get drafted.
Right.
This is a guy that has big wins in doubles, is a great singles player. So he was lurking out there. We know that injuries happen. We hate that it did. And to the Winter Soldier of all people. So and an eye.
I know.
So he got hit in the eye a couple weeks ago, and then the heat of Sacramento, just something happened and made it worse. He had to scratch men's doubles there with the doctor Colin Schick and is unable to go here. So Yates Johnson jumps in, and this is going to be interesting to see how he mixes in with the Smash.
Yeah, he'll definitely be playing with Travis Rettenmeyer on his wing for men's doubles. Now how it shakes out with mixed, we will find out. There's a good look at Martina Frantova. She's 31 years old, based out of Naples, Florida, originally from Slovakia. Started playing tennis at the age of 10 and also played D1 college tennis at NC State University. And Tammy Emmerich is the other female on this Florida Smash roster. Not sure if you heard it, Dave, but she gave a little holler to you ahead of the match, saying, "Hey, Dave," or
Tammy.
something along the lines.
Appreciate it. And Emmerich Nation is in need of some revenge because she had to watch Martin get off to a great start. His ladies win, and then they dropped the next 3. So Martin lost twice. So it's been 0 for 2 for Emmerich's so far here on center. Tammy wants to reverse that in a big way.
They have a 3-year-old daughter, Gabriella. And going to be a fun team to watch here with the points at stake. So they also had a dream breaker loss in Atlanta to the Florida Smash, so they are 1-1-1 according to the record. So remember, you get more points for winning in regulation, and if you win in a dream breaker, you surrender the 1 point.
Yeah, so there's always, the easy way to remember it is there's always 3 points available. You win in 4, you get all 3 points, you go to the dream breaker, you got at least 1, and you can get the extra one for winning that. On the other side, we got an injury as well. So DJ Young is a scratch for the Black Bears, and Spencer Smith's jumping in, who has loads of MLP experience. So a couple of players, if you would have looked out here, you would have gone, nothing seems off if we hadn't shared that there are 2 new players replacing 2 very good players. So we wish the new Father's Day coming up, DJ Young's first Father's Day coming up here, but we hate that he's injured. We love watching all the trickery in his game.
Yes, there's a good look at Spencer Smith, as you mentioned, replacing DJ Young, who's placed on IR. He's 33 years old, Spencer Smith, born and raised in Utah. Played competitive tennis growing up as well, and he will be teaming up with Rafa Hewitt. Round him up, Rafa, who loves this MLP format. The others on the list.
And he's got a chip on his shoulder, Michelle.
Yeah.
Rafa thinks there should not be a premier match played without him participating in some of that. So he's playing to prove the world that I should have been drafted in that top 48.
There he is, Rafa Hewitt on the screen. Round him up, Rafa, getting ready for his first match of the day here in Washington, D.C. We're going to take a quick break, too. Get you back out to first serve in this second team matchup of the day. We'll be right back.
first day, it was like a rocket ship. And when you look at the grassroots numbers, the latest study from SFIA is 13.7 million people are playing the sport of pickleball. It's social, it's fun, it's all for all ages, all genders, all income levels, all athletic abilities. It's something for everyone, and it brings people together, it brings families together, it brings communities together in a very acceptable and friendly and open way. I don't know any other sport where you can say that there is that relatability, that those 14 million people can go out and play, and then they get to watch pro pickleball and they can relate to it. So I think that means watching our broadcasts, following our teams on social media, following our players, attending events, buying tickets to our events, buying merchandise. So I think that means really, really good things for the sport at the I'm Ann Worcester, Strategic Advisor for Major League Pickleball, and from the first day it was like a rocket ship. And when you look at the grassroots numbers, the latest study from SFIA is 13.7 million people are playing the sport of pickleball. It's social, it's fun, it's all for all ages, all genders, all income levels, all athletic abilities. It's something for everyone, and it brings people together, it brings families together, it brings communities together in a very acceptable and friendly and open way. I don't know any other sport where you can say that there is that relatability, that those 14 million people can go out and play, and then they get to watch pro pickleball and they can relate to it. So I think that means watching our broadcasts, following our teams on social media, following our players, attending events, buying tickets to our events, buying merchandise. So I think that means really, really good things for the sport at the pro level.
Well said by our dear friend Ann, and that's why we all love the sport. Let's take a look at some of the rules. Obviously different than what we see on the PPA Tour every weekend. Games are played to 25, rally scoring, win by 2, and new for this event and this season, you must win on your serve, and you saw how that impacted the game in Atlanta. You like the change? I do like the change from an entertainment standpoint because, Michelle, I love pickleball. I love calling pickleball, and to say, oh, there's a missed third in the net and this team wins is just sucks the life out of the joy of winning. So now you got to win on your serve, and what that means is there are going to be comebacks. There's more belief on the other side, and so every rally will hit the scoreboard unless the team with 24 is receiving and they win that rally because they must win on their serve. So that's when you will not see a point awarded. But if it's 24-20, you're serving, you don't get it, the other team's still scoring. So that's when, oh man, you can feel people getting tight. You can almost see through the jerseys, the heartbeats beating faster. So it's going to be fun to see. Obviously, you only play one half of the court. That's much bigger and different than the way PPA doubles works. And you can change that, but what you're trying to find as you construct a team is who plays well together and who plays well on a certain side of the court. Because if you're just great on one half of the court, you can be an unbelievable MLP player. That's so true. And coming up next, the Florida Smash will square off with the Black Bears. We will begin with women's doubles, flip to men's doubles, and then a mixed doubles battle will continue. First Serve coming your way next from Washington, D.C. Welcome back to Major League Pickleball, Washington, D.C. Tammy Emmerich will start us off with first serve over in the green, left side of your screen on the top, playing with Martina Frantova. The receiving team, Emily Cedarquist, the California Black Bears, teaming up with Amanda Hendry. Game one begins now. It's best 3 out of 4 or a 5th if we must in a Dream Breaker format in this one. But as Dave mentioned ahead of the break, you want to win in regulation. You get more points that way. 3 points up for grabs.
An Emmerich revenge starts right now.
0-0.
Here's a look at Amanda Hendry, 26 years old, based out of Florida.
And if you're wondering who the heck is Cedarquist, that's our friend Emily Ackerman, who's gotten married since maybe you've last seen her, and has the new name, and we love watching Emily play. So no more Ackerman. Hello, Cedarquist.
Congratulations on recently getting married.
And then Amanda Hendry next to her, no joke. We're talking field hockey goalie, okay? So she's going to be able to get all those digs.
Originally from Connecticut, it's a hotbed for field hockey in the Northeast.
Yes, the lovely Deb Fleming was a field hockey demon herself, so I love field hockey players.
4-time ACC champion, mind you, Amanda Hendry. Played at UNC. Also a first-team All-American.
Yeah, everything you just said is no joke. High-level ball right there.
Nice find down the line for Hendry, backing up the stats.
I thought goalies were supposed to play defense. That was beautiful.
3-3.
Caught in the middle of the court.
Four.
Good response there for Frantova. And points are at a premium in this rally scoring format.
5-4.
That is a great first volley there from Cedarquist.
The Black Bears have a dynasty with their history, 3-time champions from its inception when Major League Pickleball started.
Just huge power from Frantova. Yeah, I like the fact that now we're going to get to have the teams wear the jerseys.
Right.
So yes, teams have won in the past and those count, but not these players for the most part in those uniforms. So now you're going to be able to cement yourself as the team to beat over the course of a 3-year period at least. So that's going to be great.
A little long for Ackerman, or excuse me, Cedarquist.
I mean,
both
she
apply.
was called that for most of her life, Michelle. Well, the first one was going to go out as well, so pickleball justice there.
Six, 7.
Such a great play. Drop the ball cross court with no Ernie threat and let that left hand of your partner go in there and steal it. Great drop from Emily there.
Nice offense again from Amanda Hendry. Here's a look at the BLQK bench. Jimmy Miller, the general manager for the team.
8-7.
Jason Peary, the coach. Richie Twazin, the owner.
Shout out to my boy Jason Peary. I've had many intense senior pro men's doubles battles with him. He's a great mind. Love having him out here and being part of MLP.
Nice play by Emmerich.
Cedarquist with her first big play with that name. Well done. It's a lot of letters to fit on the jersey too, Michelle.
I know it is. Turned 24 in November, did Cedarquist. Cedarquist won the Season 1 Super Final in 2023.
11-9.
He's playing with the Chicago Slice. Long again for Frantova. And the Black Bears marching on to a 2-point lead, 3-point lead rather.
And could switch with a 4-point lead here, which would be massive.
Great play by Frantova, took advantage of the pop-up chance. The change ends at 13. There's Graham D'Amico, one of the team owners for the Florida Smash, with Travis Rettenmeyer, who is
player, owner, coach, general manager.
All the things.
Slash. It is never good if both players say you, and that just set up a train of unfortunate events. I like the power of Frantova here with the steadiness of Emmerich.
11-12.
Just deep.
Well, we're going to switch ends after this one no matter what.
12.
That's the beauty of rally scoring.
Frantova with a monstrous put away. They will get to the end change first. 13-12. Coming back from a 3-point deficit there.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see teams, do you prefer to play into the wind or with the wind in doubles? Most players that like to drop the ball like to play into the wind, use that backboard, drop that third into the kitchen. Dinks will fly a little farther, so if you're looking for it, you will find offense off of that. The teams that are like, well, the ball's a little slower, let me check my weather, it's 88 degrees here. That counteracts that a little bit, Michelle.
Yes.
So I think, especially with MLP, just be relaxed about where you're at. Be confident in your partner. And then the bench has got to be there. The Brooklyn Aces got real flat on their bench, and they watched that match just slip away, and the one we just had. Got to have that energy from the bench to propel your team even when things are going well.
Here's a look at the combined DUPR score for the Black Bears. And you mentioned the enthusiasm of some of these players. Yates, Johnson, and Spencer Smith, 2 players that are going to bring that to the table, I would imagine, for their team. Just excited to have the opportunity.
Yes. You want to prove that every one of these owners made a massive mistake, and here's your chance to prove it. Usually you just get to think it, but there are 3 players being added in that get to show it, and that's huge. Kwang Duong will have that opportunity in Premier.
Frantova and Emmerich with the numbers against them slightly according to DUPR. Looking to defy the odds here. Great finishing touch by Hendry.
Yeah, you saw the goalie make about 9 saves there, and then beautiful, as you said, and 13 apiece. We saw a lefty save there from Frantova as well. This is fun.
Ooh, like the idea from Frantova, just missed it. The lead swings back to California.
14-13. Side out, point, 14. 14-14. Point.
See the wind becoming a factor there with each team figuring out the different sides,
15-14.
or ends rather.
Yeah, on the end that Cedarquist is returning from, if you get a return up in the air, the jet stream will take it deep. And that's the advantage of being on the side of the smash, so those drops will be pulled back closer to the net, and then you think you have a ball in a good spot, and you end up reaching and put it in the net, as Hendry did there. Jason Peary wants a timeout, and he wants it right now. So just to clean up how all that works, so each team gets 3 challenges free for the 4 doubles matches. You can use those whenever. It's not like the PPA where you have to have a timeout to be able to use that. You also get 1 timeout per individual doubles match, so you don't get 2. It's being used here by the Black Bears right now, so they will not have another timeout, but that does not mean they cannot challenge, Michelle.
Yep, and it's always interesting to see how that plays out, especially as the matches get tighter throughout the stretch. And first match in women's going out first kind of dictates what we see to follow in men's, and then the strategy nuances from there in mixed.
1 timeout remaining.
Team format, so much fun.
Yes.
And you'll have to give us your general manager insight as to how you operate within the match on your side individually. I'm sure it differs across each team, but love your insight there.
17-14.
Ooh, maybe hitting an out ball was Emmerich looking for clarification. The head nods telling her that, yes, was sailing.
Yeah, you look back at some invisible line, and also all you can do in that case is feel the wind that was in her face that would have pushed that deep for sure. And now Rafa is screaming way out over there. So he understands his role. He's not playing, but talk to the other team through yours.
Through the middle, Cedarquist goes. Set herself up beautifully, and now it's a tie game. This one's been tight all the way through. Can't put your finger on who's going to take it.
I think Tammy's like, where are you, Martina? You've been so aggressive in the middle. That was a little bit floaty, and all of a sudden I'm hitting an inside-out backhand.
Nice
I'm right
counter
over here, is my answer, Martina says.
18.
Lost, but now I am found.
No doubt about
18.
it.
18.
Brilliant from Emmerich, just had complete control of that in the cross-court dink. So when I see that, I'm like, we don't need to be special here. Let's get this going every time. And some teams just fall out of that, to answer one of your questions about being a GM. If we win a pattern every time, go get it.
Right. Nice play by Tammy Emmerich. Threads it down the line.
Yeah, that's one a lot of people that tune it back can pull wide because you like to extend through the shot. So to keep that guided up there, you need that left hand follow through to be just right, and it was there. Wow.
You'd think Rafa hit the winner on that one.
Yeah, and that's I would love to have him as my MLP teammate.
Yeah.
Round everything up, Rafa.
19-21.
Nowhere near the kitchen there. And this is where the Black Bears have to win this rally, because giving up points on receipt now is not in the budget.
Jack Foster supporting his girlfriend Amanda Hendry on the court. And the key point, as you mentioned, went on the side of the Black Bears. Perfectly played by Cedarquist.
The third was disgusting, Michelle, about a millimeter over the tape right at the feet. And it's much harder to watch, Jack. I get it. I get it.
That's a crank of a volley from Frantoven.
Again, just get the ball back here and you're fine if you're the Black Bears.
23-21.
Clutch play for Emmerich. And a game point for the Florida Smash.
24-21.
Cedarquist stays clean of the kitchen, says thank you very much. One game point survived, and remember, you have to win on your serve, so that's where this rule comes into play here. No freeze, just clarification there. Oh boy. Oh. Couldn't get out of jail, but incredible defense for Amanda Hendry. And a side out for the Florida Smash with another game point. They have to close this out on their serve.
24-22.
Into the net goes Hendry, and the Florida Smash take the first 25-22. What separated Emmerich and Frantova at the end.
They found some patterns, and they went on a run at the perfect time. A lot of these MLP matches, you're like, oh, it's 17-15, something in there. And then if you can get into 20-21 first, all the pressure goes on the other side. As I mentioned, you have to win. You feel the pressure. You got to win every rally when you're receiving. Great job by Frantova and Emmerich. And guess what, Emmerich Nation? You've got yourself a win now. Get some revenge from what happened to Martin earlier today.
Men's doubles coming up next.
That lovely Margaritaville music, folks. Gets me in the mood for some men's doubles. Florida Smash, Travis Rettenmeyer. Yates Johnson against California Black Bear, Spencer Smith. And Rafa Hewitt.
Florida Smash is serving on my right.
We're back at the challenger level debut of the California Black Bears taking on the Florida Smash, and that's maybe where the Florida Smash has the advantage heading into men's doubles now in this game. They had a chance to play together in an event, and there's only, you can't really make up for that game experience, that match experience together as a team, Dave. You're stepping into that situation similar to the Black Bears, of course, as the general manager for the Carolina Pickleball Club. So how could it work for you, and how could it work against you having that team experience from one event under your belt?
Now, in some cases, the teams actually play together outside, like the Johns brothers on Carolina. So there's 4 million matches together. So that one's okay. Actually, Andrea Coop and Jesse Irvin entered Sacramento together but had to scratch. So you're going to see a lot of that. We had 4 or 5 teams in Sacramento, Michelle, on the women's side that were gearing up for this, getting those reps that you are absolutely right about. The big part about this one is we got 2 people, Spencer Smith and Yates Johnson, who are literally auditioning for a role before our very eyes right here. They want to prove to the world that you guys screwed up your drafting, and look at what you could have had. And it'll be interesting to see, do they thrive in that, or did the nerves get to them? It'll be interesting.
Yates Johnson back to serve first, over to Rafa Hewitt, the lefty. Nice ball by Yates Johnson with the backhand at the last minute.
Big change for Rettenmeyer here. Got the proton paddle going over there.
Yeah.
So look at that.
Rettmeyer takes the first crack at it. A slightly elevated ball there from Rafa Hewitt.
Proton paddle looks lovely right there. Just anytime it's up, smacking down at people's feet. And Yates is going to want all of this early film to show to everybody. He's playing terrific to start.
High in the middle that time for Johnson. He's had some great results on the PPA Tour as well, especially in men's singles.
4-0.
Oh dear. Double hit. We saw that from J.W. Johnson in the men's doubles final in Sacramento, and there we see it from Rafa on a backhand dink.
5-0.
What a rampage.
Here's that lefty in the middle from Rafa Hewitt. Looking to prove himself in another way, as you mentioned, ahead of the match. Feels he deserved the bid at Premier level. I'd argue that all four of these guys maybe thought they had a shot at Premier.
2-5.
Well played by Yates Johnson again. A little high from Rafa. And Graham D'Amico, a happy team owner at the moment on the Florida Smash side.
6-2.
See the general manager.
Side out. Point. 3. 3-6.
About 80% on that. I love it. You don't want to hit through the person. Get it diving down at their feet. Great ball from Spencer Smith right there. Oh, the same guy, and he had a great look at that.
7-4.
Nice little run here from Spencer Smith. Stepping in for DJ Young, as we mentioned. Big opportunity, 33 years old.
5-7. Side out. Point. 8.
Again, finding the range and the wind with it at your back, and you're just kind of guided in. The one before way too high. That one overcorrected.
Big drive from Yates Johnson. Spencer Smith maybe looking to challenge. You cannot ask the referees what they saw, but you can challenge it. As Dave mentioned, 3 free challenges, both sides per match.
And they say, we're good with your outcall.
Oh, that one was there for the taking. Yates knows it. Like this partnership forming between these two, Yates and Travis. A lot of match to go here.
Okay. And we got our first yeah, baby, to Jason Peary's utter delight there as Rafa is running it now. Oh, no. Oh, no. There was just, you know that I have those runaway truck lanes. We needed one of those for Rafa right there because he was flying in thinking he was going to get an Ernie and then passed the plane of the net without touching the ball, and we just couldn't stop. We could not stop that 18-wheeler.
Ooh, took the glasses off too. Travis Rettmeyer with a little smirk to Rafa Hewitt down the line on that tag. A little game within the game. Rettmeyer lets it fly. 12-7, 1 point away from the end change.
Rafa's like, that had to hit you, man. No, no, no.
Ooh.
Side out. Point 8. Hey, we need one. Let's go. All right. Here you go.
Wind looked like it pulled that one a little bit for Travis Rettenmeyer. Side out and point now for California. Ooh.
And here's that pivotal end switch, that 13 points, so important. And we've seen teams today give up a bunch then, and it kills your momentum. What a dig.
Side out. Point 13. Time out. Change ends. 12, not 13-9.
Florida will take the 13-9 lead at the end change. Rettenmeyer and Yates Johnson seem to be finding their rhythm just a bit quicker than Rafa Hewitt and Spencer Smith. What could be contributing to that?
I just think the start was so important for all of these. There's people trying to prove different things to different people
Right.
here. And Yates was stunned that he didn't get drafted in Challenger. And so go out here and show what they missed, and then you're going to probably get to stay in there. There's injuries. There is the ability to drop and add players coming up throughout the year on the Challenger side. So go show why you should be the thing. Be the it girl, man.
Do it for the girlies.
Yeah. So there you see some combined DUPRs, so very even
15 seconds.
there.
Maintaining
And
your positions.
they got all of Utah over there cheering. Alex Trung's over there. Tyler Loon's over there. You know, I thought it was the California Black Bears, Michelle.
I know, right?
Time in. 13-9. Point.
Another big drive from Yates Johnson.
14-9. Side out. Point 10.
Don't decelerate, those of you at home. Ran through that and didn't even swing.
Alex Strong and Tyler Loong on the bench of the Black Bears, supporting their buddy Spencer Smith from Utah. Oh my. Unbelievable. Oh, it's in. Oh no, it's out. Call is out. I don't know.
That was close to being in there.
Are you challenging?
I think that might have been
So
in, Michelle.
bizarre. I thought it caught.
Yeah.
Personally, but
You're challenging the out call. All right.
I think it might have been in.
I would challenge it. Why not? This is
We
a
got a challenge of the out call.
unbelievable defense from Rafa Hewitt. Let's give credit where credit is due, but
11-14 Black Bears.
Yates and Travis
With video review.
jockeying for the overhead
Yes.
chance.
I mean, I know the Celtics are up 3 over the Mavs, but you don't have to block out for rebounds here. Talk, everybody. We've seen that. And again, you talked about the teams that did get to play, the teams that practiced together. That communication's so big. I want to see this again because it obviously goes off the top of the paddle with all this crazy spin. I just want to see if we have something closer than that. I mean, you can't even imagine that you're trying to call a ball that was that high in the air inside the kitchen by 4 feet, Michelle.
I still think it caught. In what my eyes saw live. Now, granted, I have the net slightly in my vantage point there, but I felt like that ball was in. Hard to tell.
Yeah. We are courtside, but we are, unfortunately, for that particular call on the other side of the court, so hard to tell. I haven't seen anything that is giving me great confidence in agreeing with what we thought we saw live, so this is going to be a tough one.
Not sure it's going to be enough to overturn.
Yeah.
Let's see.
The video review. The call stands. The ball was out. We will resume play at 11-14 Black Bears.
50% of us were wrong.
Florida, you lose 1 challenge. Black Bears, you have 3 challenges.
Still breaking the action. Time to recoup. Spencer Smith will happily take back the serve on a nod. Rally scoring, games to 25, win by 2, and on your serve. Ooh, got away with an out ball there, maybe, did Spencer Smith.
Coming in hot there, too.
12-14.
Huge comeback for California, back within 1.
Yeah, and the force have to be better, Michelle. They're just feeding offense here off the drive. And that ball was going to be well deep.
Little high for Yates Johnson.
14.
Surrenders another point over to California.
14-15.
They've done a great job of silencing Rafa, because you just feel like a Rafa run is always lurking in MLP.
Up.
15-16.
Well played. There's the Rafa train. 16-all. California ties it.
You just felt like it's going to appear, and it appeared there. And sometimes that can be 3 or 4 in a row. So this is huge for the Smash in this rally.
Short return. California takes advantage and a 1-point lead. How will the Florida Smash respond?
17-16.
They do have a cushion of a game, though, from the ladies' doubles. Oh.
Carry anyway. 17.
Rafa gets chirped by our lead referee.
I mean, he's catching strays from the refs. That is beautiful. That was a carry anyway.
Didn't matter. You were already doing illegal activity.
So Yates was very confident to start. Now looking over at his teammates after missing, so just something to keep an eye on.
Oh no, one into the net.
Just an unbelievable two-handed backhand. So they held that off, but now it's a problem.
19-17.
The miss for Yates Johnson. Timeout will be called to follow that, and well, snake bitten, it looks like.
From the rattlesnake Rettenmeyer there. So the issues are a couple. Number one, there was a dormant Rafa roundup, and then suddenly you opened up the gates to the corral, and now he's got everybody going. Secondly, Yates Johnson was flawless in the first 5 minutes of this match. A couple of errors have crept in, and doubt in Major League Pickleball is different than doubt on the PPA Tour, because you look over at your teammates, and while they want to smile their way through their sadness, it can be hard.
Yeah.
Especially if you are, air quotes, a replacement player.
Right.
We chose Pat Smith. He's hurt. We chose you, and now you are having the weight of all those humans looking at you. That can be really difficult.
It's a lot of pressure.
Smash, no timeouts remaining. California, 1 timeout remaining.
California looking out to even out the series, the game series in this match. Wow. What a response from Yates Johnson. Travis Rettenmeyer was the instigator in that round.
More please. That was outstanding on all 4 players, and Rafa ends up catching the tape, but that was really good and really necessary for the smash.
18-20.
Finesse play from Hewitt, throws in some off speed on the reset.
Yeah, just don't need to be in a hurry there.
21-18.
Oh, wow. Just drops in. There's the round him up.
And there's the wind, because
yeah,
the
that
wind
looked like
is,
that was sailing.
Yes.
22-18.
Wildly left that on purpose.
California takes a much bigger edge here, up 5, 2 points away from taking the second game of the match. Round 'em up, Rafa trying to round up a win. Game point now for the California Black Bears.
24-18.
Rafa Hewitt carries his team to a Game 2 victory, 25-18. And so it might come down to mixed doubles. What a performance. What a comeback for the California Black Bears.
Yeah, they kept Rafa the heck on out of there for a good while. And then once there was one roundup, there were several. I'm not surprised. I was wondering if they could keep him at bay. They could not. It's 1-1, Michelle.
Yep, matches tied, 1 game apiece, as Dave mentioned. So Game 3 coming up next. We'll see which mixed doubles combinations come out first.
Here we go. Getting a little boozy on a Thursday. Shot, 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 shot. Love that. Guys, we have 2 more. Who wants another shot? All right, we got Anna Taker up here. Okay, we have 2. We need, come on, shot girl. Shot girl. This is like, you know, park girl at a golf facility. Shot girl. Shots up there, 1 shot up there, and then, a shot here as well. Beautiful. Dulce, Vida, Tequila. The best tequila in the business. Up next, mixed doubles. Martina Krantova, Travis Rettenmeyer. Coming to the court.
Okay, this challenger level thriller will come down to mixed doubles and possibly our first dream breaker of the day as we welcome you back to MLP Washington, D.C. Michelle McMahon alongside Dave Fleming here for the call of this one. And to mixed doubles we go. Florida Smash putting out Travis Rettenmeyer and Martina Frantova. Spencer Smith teaming up with Amanda Hendry for our first mixed doubles game. We'll go to the fourth mixed doubles game as well.
And with a lefty woman and a lefty dude, unless they were really trying to trick things up, Michelle, you didn't expect to see Hendry play with Hewitt.
No.
Because it would be completely like, oh my gosh, it's like the Summer of George where everything is opposite what is going on, but that is not what they chose to do.
And we are informed that the Florida Smash won the toss, so they chose to react. When it comes to mixed doubles, that becomes impactful because should we go to a dream breaker, then that advantage would flip to the side of California. They would get to choose their matchups there. So,
and that's a big part. You asked me about the GM. That toss is massive because you might feel like you have such an advantage in one spot that if it's 1-1 and you really need to just lock in that one dream breaker point no matter what, you can put a team out there. And the way the points are doled out is a little different, Michelle. In this mid-season tournament, you might play it a little different because you just need to win. But if you see all 3 points sort of lurking and maybe you put your best on best because you think your second best team can actually win instead of just grabbing it. So there's some interesting things you got to decide because at the end of the day, it's not going to matter how many individual matches won, it's how many points you got.
And you mentioned a lot on the line for a lot of these players, and there's also a waiver wire coming up. The first one following this event, which concludes on June 16th. So the waivers will be on June 19th and 20th. So a lot of pressure. Your team isn't producing.
And you know it as a player too. You know it if you know if you didn't play well in Atlanta, you have got to put your best stuff on film here.
Let cord. Frantova will welcome the break to tie it early here in game number 3. Series tied at 1.
1-1.
Nice response from Rettenmeyer.
What a drop from Hendry and what a recovery from Frantova to cut that to safety. Most people panic, try and hit it hard or throw up a lob. That was really nice. The pensive coach, Jason Peary from Utah. Great mind. Love that he's involved. Great shot from Travis there. It's just nerve-wracking as a general manager when you're, especially if you're like crafted this all so well, you think you have the matchup figured out and then they're getting boat raced and you're like, what do I got to do to help them?
Black Bear fans in the house. Yeah, imagine it feel like a parent trying to help your kids succeed in a situation where you're not quite sure you have any sort of control there.
Yeah, the worst feeling I ever had was coach pitch softball where the dad pitched to your own, I'm pitching to my daughter and her outcome is in my hand. It's the worst thing ever. cross-court attack from Frantova, and she immediately apologized to her teammate, her owner. I mean, that's a lot of apologizing to do to one guy right there.
Grindy point between the ladies and the cross-court dink pattern.
So if you're winning it, stay in it.
7-5.
That's awesome from Rettenmeyer. He should not have been welcomed into the point, but once he was, that's great hands from Travis right there. That's really nice. And he's right, it was going out, but you get revved up, man.
Harder to get out of the way than you would think.
And what a sort of short hop bunt return there from Frantova. That was nice.
9-6.
Just going to say another great hands point for Rettenmeyer. Couldn't finish it, though.
We kept waiting for Frantova to hit the ATP over there, and it never showed up. But the thirds misses on the other side. That's the greatest part of rally scoring. If you're in there, like, we didn't have to do a thing.
10-7.
Again, just rally scoring death. Because if you miss a bunch of thirds inside out scoring, at least it's not hitting the scoreboard. Tricky inside out from Hendry. That was really caught Travis off guard. He just nodded his head like, yeah, you got me.
9-11.
We've seen a couple of players today, Michelle, try to hit winners off ATP defenses because they know the left side players sliding over to cover, but Travis went for too much there.
Cleaned up by Martina Frantova. These two didn't come together, Travis Rettenmeyer and Frantova, excuse me, until day 4 of Atlanta. Started out Travis with Tammy.
Yeah, the collective played an awesome match against the hard eights, and that sort of gave them a like, okay, we're kind of good here. And then unfortunately the winter soldier is down for the count, so we got Yates filling in.
Patient on the side of Spencer Smith. And remember, the Black Bears are in back-to-back matches here to round out our coverage tonight. They'll take on the Frisco Pandas, the second-ranked team in Challenger right now.
Second time we've had a 12-all point where we knew we were going to switch ends there. So just for that little bit of confidence, Black Bears up 1. They'll be serving, and I do think that's a factor here. Carolina plays back-to-back on Sunday night, so just being able to play your best. It's similar to a really tough day on the Carvana PPA Tour, because if you get into that quarters, then you get put right back out there with the semis. You can play back-to-back individual matches here, meaning mixed and your gender if you're the first one out. It doesn't happen all the time, but somebody can play. So it's not the wear and tear of best of 3 and you have an hour and a half individual, but I would much rather be, in this case, the team that's waiting for the Black Bears as opposed to them, just because you're putting all your everything into this, and then all of a sudden, wait, we got to do all this, the energy and everything that it demands. So we'll see.
And showing your cards here too. Your general manager that's studying from the Frisco Pandas, or a coach, Brian Levine, telling us he's stepping in as interim head coach of the Pandas for this event. So he's
taking some notes.
Taking some notes here.
Mr. Analytical Mind.
Uh-oh, that's a crashing Spencer Smith to continue the lead, up 2 now.
Paddle out in front. Watch this paddle stay out in front. Just get that out of here. That's gorgeous, Spencer.
14-12.
Full swings. I mean, you want to talk about getting your money's worth in the batting cage. There it was.
13-14.
Just long for Rettenmeyer.
15. 15-13. Start out. Point 14.
Great job jamming up Hendry there.
14-15.
Another good example of that paddle positioning for Spencer Smith. There's Jimmy Miller, general manager of the California Black Bears, host of the King of the Court podcast as well. Ooh, liked the idea for Frantova, couldn't execute it.
Yeah, just no need for that, especially when it's come all the way across your body to then try and hit inside out there. Take an easier ball to keep Spencer Smith honest. You've been doing well cross court.
Just barely got out of the way, did Travis Rettenmeyer. Amanda Hendry's been holding her own there on the right with a lot of pace coming from Travis Rettenmeyer down the line. There's that goalie mentality.
That's a ball that should be countered down for a winner, so just catches the tape. Frantova knows she had that one.
18-15.
All backhand for Travis Rettenmeyer.
And on this side of the court, even a little bit of a miss on your swing. Goodbye.
17-18.
Amanda Hendry says thank you very much for the pop-up chance.
19.
And I love that. I don't care. I'm going right back at you. Straight ahead attack. He knows he made a mistake off his paddle.
19-17.
Smart choice from Hendry.
Start out. Point. 18.
No flow. It's just one here, one there. If anyone could get 2 or 3, it'd be huge.
18-19.
Oh, what a lob from Rettenmeyer.
Oh, no way.
That was a great get from Hendry, and then Frantova sends a cannon. Unbelievable topspin from Travis Rettenmeyer against the wind, too, so that helps.
I mean, everything about that lob was beautiful. You see a ball come off the tape, you're thinking he's just going to lay it back over so everyone's leaning forward, and then just flicks that right up over her head. Use that wind as a back. I mean, everything about that. That's like Lob Clinic 101 right there. Travis does some videos with how to hit various shots. There's the perfect lob, Travis.
So the Seattle Pioneers, formerly now the Carolina Pickleball Club, in action tomorrow.
Yes, debut.
At 12 p.m., making the debut. How's the GM prepping for tomorrow's action, Dave Fleming?
We had a good practice today, and Ben Johns on one side, Jack Sock on the other to get this going. Let's go. And the Hustlers are a team that did not have the results that they had hoped for in Atlanta, so they're going to be extra focused. It's going to be fun. We definitely have the veteran team here, and we'll see how that goes. We're excited.
As for this match right here, the Florida Smash, they only had one regulation win in Atlanta. Another good point for Travis Rettenmeyer, applying the pressure.
20-19. Side out. Point. 20.
Sometimes trying to help just a little too much because Frantova is loaded on the two-handed backhand there.
20-20.
Wow, what a play for Rettenmeyer right at the toes of Hendry. How about this guy right here? Rob Cassidy looking sharp, getting ready for his booth performance after this match.
Yeah, he showed up in the booth. I'm like, that is a sharp-dressed man. Cue your ZZ Top.
It's got to be hot in that jacket, though. Monstrous play on the side of Frantova and Rettenmeyer. 2-point lead now for the Florida Smash, and this is crunch time, as you mentioned. It really right around 22 is where things start to get tight on the returning side.
Wow.
Letting him off the hook.
I mean, that return almost hit the kitchen line. You got to throw that at her feet and take advantage.
Florida Smash holding their breath after that one, yes. Sending a short return right back on their side.
And Spencer did exactly what I would have liked to have seen Travis do if I'm a Florida Smash fan. Jack Foster can't handle it either.
22-23.
How in the world? That ball's got to be put away. I'm sorry. To be losing that rally one shot later after just a pop-up. Wow.
Game point here for the Florida Smash. You have to win on your serve, and you have to win by 2. Rettmeyer reaches in to close it out, 25-22. Big comeback performance for the Florida Smash, who trailed there midway through.
Yes.
You thought maybe they were going to lose their momentum, and they were able to find it with their backs against the wall.
And I think that side served them very well. Into the wind, they got it slowed down at the kitchen line. And again, folks, if the pattern's working, flashy is fun, but dinking wins championships here.
The Florida Smash, 1 game away from taking this in regulation. The California Black Bears could force a dream breaker. We'll see what gives in this game number 4.
Florida Smash is on my right, serving on my right.
The plot thickens here on championship court for this Major League Pickleball Washington, D.C. edition of the Challenger level play. We have our second match of the day here on center court. The Florida Smash up a game on the California Black Bears. So out comes Tammy Emmerich teaming up with Yates Johnson for the Florida Smash. And Emily Cedarquist, formerly Ackerman, teaming up with Rafa Hewitt. All the pressure on the Black Bears right now, looking to even out the series. If there's anyone up for the occasion, it's the lefty. Round him up, Rafa, who lives for these kind of moments. A lot of pressure on the shoulders of Yates Johnson, stepping in for the injured Pat Smith, looking to make a name for himself once again in Major League Pickleball. There's Emily Cedarquist teaming up with Rafa. So lefty in the middle puts Emily on the left as a female. What do you like this partnership?
Well, I just love the fact that Rafa walked out here, looked over at the booth, and just gave me the it's on nod. He loves this. I'm telling you, this man is playing with a chip on his shoulder, and the Smash did such a good job job in the first 2/3 of the men's match to keep him and his mouth and his high-level play out of it. And then all of a sudden, all Rafa broke loose. And you cannot let that happen here in mixed.
No,
so this has got to be smart balls behind him, down the line, and make Emily Cedarquist be the difference. On the other side, Yates Johnson just needs to throw away the last half of the men's match and go, hey, I got the most reliable lady on this court. Tammy Emmerich makes shots.
Yes.
She has enough offense, but you can rely on her. She puts the ball in good places. Then he can go looking for his offense. So don't try to do too much right out the gate.
On the topic of Martin Emmerich, he just won his men's doubles match with Daniel De La Rosa with the Brooklyn Aces over on Grandstand against the Las Vegas Night Owls. Mo Alhouni and Anderson Scarpa, the men's doubles team there, 27-25.
Oh, little bonus time. I love it.
Mixed doubles game number 2 upon us now in this matchup. Well played by Cedarquist.
Just like, yeah, just bring me shoulder high tuies and I will love life.
1-0.
Pop-up chance cleaned up by Yates Johnson.
After absolute chaos to start that rally. That was fun, and then they got it back down, and I think that's it. Play slow. Play slow, Smash.
Well played by Tammy Emmerich, who was almost in trouble, but perhaps thanks to the wind, got bailed out of the pop-up chance there for Rafa Hewitt.
She was more than almost in trouble, but again, got out of her own jail.
Well played by Rafa Hewitt. And for Yates Johnson, he had a strong start in men's doubles, then tapered a little bit on the end change over here on the near side where the Black Bears are. How does he mentally respond, I wonder, at this point?
He's fine, but I think he has to realize, don't do too much. Tammy is so solid. Dink the ball and then get your offense. Don't just think you got to speed up everything. Got to take your time and make your thirds, though, on a return that is that short. Very high ball again, just destroyed by Cedarquist Ackerman. I don't care what you call her. She's got a great tui. Wow.
Wow, what a play by Cedarquist, bailing out Rafa Hewitt on the Ernie attempt. Last minute, you got it.
And Rafa is looking over here and pointing at Cedarquist, and she is playing fantastic.
Played D1 college tennis at Cal Poly. Cedarquist. California looking for a dream breaker.
And so is everyone at home. Don't be in a hurry on the reset there, Emily. But great run.
4-6.
Paddle clink in the middle didn't matter for California.
But that pop-up dink, we've seen opportunities just sitting there for teams today, and got to take advantage. That's what you're trying to earn at the kitchen.
Ooh, Emily Ackerman wanted the off-speed through the middle, just sailed it long. Oh, ATP, thread of the needle, Rafa Hewitt.
That was beautiful. You knew it was coming when you saw the angle of the shot before it. And he has one of the best on the runs, two-handed backhand ATPs. Really, really nice. And blew it right past Yates Johnson. That was just special.
Add it to the highlight reel for Rafa in MLP.
Oh, great bumps that spike.
6, 8.
And interesting, we just had Henry and Spencer Smith up here because fortunately we are shaded, but I don't want you up here if I'm your teammate. I want you out at the bench. Yeah, it's hot, but we need you.
9, 6.
Big play for Yates Johnson. Rafa Hewitt encouraging Emily, says he likes that. Keep doing it.
Yeah, he wants her to drive it, not drop it there like she did there. Just beautiful. Rafa pointing at Emily again after a disgusting drop that had Yates on the dead run. You don't see this. Watch this little step to the middle. Whoa. And good night. And it's nice that Emily got to finish that off, too.
Look for the inside-out drop again.
Yeah, same lady. Just trying to target that one spot. It's more of a roll, but got to make that.
8, 11.
So Emily gave up when she was ahead in the rally by taking a step back and trying a flick that was half-hearted. Some of the ladies can really put that ball down with a lot of spin or pace. That was neither, and Tammy took the present. Heard Yates say, my fault.
Yes.
Big chance to switch with 3.
Not yet for California, looking for the end change there. Florida smash, looking to tie it instead.
11, 12.
Good ball from Yates Johnson, pulling Cedarquist out wide.
So your footwork has to be left and then to the ball there instead of towards where the ball came from. And 12 apiece again. We've had that 3 times today.
So the Florida smash will get to the end change first, despite the lead California had just built a moment ago. What do you think the X factor is in this one with the plays Cedarquist is coming up with? And Tammy Emmerich down the line too.
Make Emily be the reason you lost. And you know what Rafa's going to do. You know he brings that extra special MLP desire. So she's going to make some. Great. Okay. But we don't need to do anything heroic until we get to the line. Yeah, if we get a short return, pounce on it. But I think some of these teams are like, we're going to drive and crash and speed it up. Well, if you're winning 60% at the kitchen, just win 60% of the kitchen and go tap paddles. It's not hard sometimes. I think some teams make it harder on themselves than they should.
What are you trying to open up at the once you get to the line and gain that possession on either side?
Well, especially when we have lefty-righty here. So I want Yates to just put pressure on Emily cross court, and then Tammy just make the ball. If Rafa brings it over to you, bunt it back to him on the backhand side is fine. Don't leave the ball in the middle, and then give it back to your friend and just work through the points. So when those two have worked through the points, they've been great. When Rafa's gotten involved, it's bad news because then she gets going, and you don't want that.
Time in. 13-12.
Right on cue. Angle to angle on the backside of both players. Well done by Tammy Emmerich. Not heroic, to your point. Did the job, though.
Yeah.
Every reset to the backhand of Ackerman for the opening Yates Johnson created for himself.
Beautiful fifth ball there from Yates on the run, man. Just feathered that right in there.
Tammy Emmerich takes over 16-12.
So smart. She had a ball that's up in the end area. It was like, oh, you should hit it at the girl. Well, not if Rafa is 8 steps over. Great roll to get him out of position for the pop-up.
Wow, Yates Johnson was all over the read. 17-12 now, Florida smash.
Because guess what? Rafa hasn't seen a ball he can attack in a while, so he tries something that's a little less ideal, and it gets ripped right back in their face.
What a get.
Oh, no. Oh, no way.
Unbelievable shot from Tammy Emmerich.
Oh, and Tammy, she's rounding it up here. The get was ridiculous, not my favorite drop shot, and then it's just protractor games, and that is sick from Tammy Emmerich. Wow.
Tammy Emmerich had a great pro tennis career as well, reached the top 200 in singles, represented Belgium in numerous Fed Cups. Yep. And just started playing pickleball in October of 2022, and here she is on the Major League Pickleball stage, showing up Round 'em Up Rafa, showing him how it's done, I think was the intention.
Oh, yeah. She's like, your angle was lovely, but mine's way better, and then I got a little round 'em up in mine, and this is not one of the more cocky or ebullient players that we have, so that's what, just a little injection of MLP into Tammy Emmerich there, and this run has been unbelievable on the switch.
And her husband Martin Emmerich in action right now in grandstand. Full family affair.
Yeah, we're surrounded on either side of us. Yeah, I'd love to see her just drop that and keep what was working.
Emily Cederquist looking to get some momentum on her side. You can do it quickly here in rally scoring.
On the other side, take that short return and wreck it and speed this up.
Oh, Yates Johnson trying to do too much now, and the Black Bears pulling within 3.
Just follow the blueprint. And quickly a timeout called. That's all you get. So both sides have used their timeout now. Again, that does not affect challenges, but it affects your ability. If it gets to be 22 all and you would like to talk about something, that opportunity would be gone.
(18-15) Florida Smash.
This is the second event here on the Major League Pickleball schedule. We've got many more to go, including a mid-season tournament coming up in Grand Rapids, Michigan in mid-July.
Wrapped around the Beer City Open, which is a terrific amateur event up there.
Look from what you know about the event?
It looks fantastic. I love the people of Grand Rapids. I can't wait to be up there. And it's going to be fun for a lot of reasons. Number one, throwing everybody into the pool together. So there's not separate challenger and premier brackets. So you do not want to be the premier team that drops a match to a challenger team. And people are saying it could happen. So we'll see.
Okay. Which challenger team is...
I think just all the. I think that there's challenger teams that feel like if they get the right matchup, they have a little something.
Okay. Wow, great defense from Rafa. Oh, unbelievable gets from Rafa Hewitt.
But back to what works there. Yeah, so the other side's going to make some digs, and that just happens, but no big deal.
19-15.
Wise timeout call by the Florida Smash. And right to the backhand dink of Cedarquist goes Yates Johnson for another 5-point lead.
1-15.
If they're going to keep putting the ball in the exact same place, you have something at your disposal. Great job by Cedarquist. Jump that corner.
Oh my. Oh, Yates Johnson comes away with it. One of the best points of the match.
I mean, that's why we love MLP right there. People flying all over the place. We had two backhands in the middle of that once Rafa was over there, and then a little I formation at the end, and Yates just snuck it inside that sideline.
Foot fault called on Cedarquist.
When you landed.
You almost have to challenge this. You have to challenge this. Because it'll work as a timeout as well, Michelle. Like, not challenging this would be crazy.
You get 3 of them, so you might as well. I mean, time's running out to use them anyways. And it seemed like Florida was going to win the point anyways, but that doesn't matter.
Yes, 22.
Let's have another look.
The left foot was the one
left heel, she said.
Rumored to be a problem here. Came down on immediately called. So I'd like to see that side of the court. But, okay, here we go. Next ball. It looks like the heel comes down just maybe on the edge of the line there, and I mean, no one had a better look at that than Mary. I mean, no one. I mean, she's all over it. So waiting for the reaction, but I don't think this is going to go away. well for the Black Bears, but I do think challenging it was wildly the right thing.
Yes. This match slowly slipping away from California.
There's ways to get additional timeouts within one of these games. Challenge something. Who cares? I mean, you still have another one. It's 22. Use it.
After video review, all call stands. We will resume play at 21-16, Florida Smash serving. 22-16, sorry. I'm reading it.
A win for the ref right there on the right call.
It's a replay. No, I'm sorry, it's not a replay. California Black Bears, you lose a challenge.
Rafa Hewitt saying he'll take the replay.
Yeah.
That was on the table.
Yeah. Are there other
We want the
options?
second option, please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. What else is on the menu here?
Ma'am?
3-point play?
Okay. Both teams have 2 free challenges remaining. Come in. 22-16.
Discipline wins.
Yeah. Oh, that ball is wide. Rafa Hewitt letting Yates Johnson know how wide.
But he tried to do a little too much. I mean, Yates had a good chunk of the court. Didn't make it, but that's okay. This is where you have to get a couple on serve.
Here comes Rafa Hewitt, looking to will his team's way to victory. In the danger zone, though.
Yeah.
Have to be careful.
18-23.
And a game point swings on the side of the Florida Smash, and a match point with it. They could take this regulation win. 3 points would be valuable to the Florida Smash, who only got 4 points total in Atlanta. Great play by Emily Cedarquist. They're still alive. And a chance for a comeback here. You have to win on your serve. Sign out for the Florida Smash in game point number 2. Ooh, Yates Johnson wanted it there. Another point for California.
You just don't need hero ball, though. Just throw it in there and let the pattern unfold. Rafa on the left.
Oh, it's there. Rafa Hewitt will take another. Never a mystery who won the point on Rafa's side.
It is not. And And most of the people,
venue.
yes, and the entire DC area is well aware that this is within 3 now.
21-24.
Big third for Emily Cedarquist. Game point number 3 over to the Florida Smash. Match point number 3.
Wow, just on the line.
Oh, it's not good, and the Florida Smash will take the match. 25-21 in game number 4. That's a huge win and a huge moment for Yates Johnson especially.
Yeah, got himself a win after dropping the men's match, and now when you look at the Florida Smash, 2 regulation wins, a regulation loss, and a Dream Breaker loss. So that's 7 points in the standings. That jumps you right up there. And for the Black Bears, this is where the teams that didn't play in Atlanta, now you start to feel the pressure. Because even though you've only played once, it's like, man, the weight of this is on my shoulders. So it's something to behold here. And good job. No Dream Breakers for the first 2, Michelle.
No Dream Breakers, and we'll have a chance to speak with the winners. Yates Johnson and Tammy Emmerich will join us next on the broadcast. Our coverage of Major League Pickleball from our nation's capital rolls on here at the challenger level as we welcome Yates Johnson and Tammy Emmerich to the broadcast now after taking down the California Black Bears, a total of 3 points going to the Florida Smash. Yates, I know this opportunity meant a lot to you. How were you able to manage the pressure, though, of stepping into a new team situation? You're stepping in for Pat Smith. There's a lot of pressure on your shoulders to perform and to perform well in this audition. How did you manage that?
Yeah, I mean, I think no pressure. You know, I have nothing to lose. You know, I'm sitting at home. Like, I didn't get drafted, and so to get the call from Travis and Graham on Monday, I was already coming here to be an alternate, but to be picked up, you